All right, that's it. I apologize for this show as a little disclaimer. Maybe I'll put that, what I just said there. I apologize for this show in the beginning because it just seemed like I had all these ideas and I ran with something different because of that doggone coffee table with a person in it. It just threw me off completely.
Threw you off.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we are happy to have you here on this Thanksgiving edition, yes, of Just Talking Out Loud.
That's crazy.
Isn't it, though?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we would start this beginning part. I have a lot of things to talk about. I don't know whether to start with, that kind of seems like a downer, to talk about what people would like to be buried with. And then I saw this article, which I thought was real at one point on Facebook. And what it said was, this is the headline. Headline said, "Now you can bury your loved ones in the coffee table." Now, I don't know if you can, let me see if I can make this a bigger, can you see the person in the?
Yeah, that's gross.
Okay. So here's another one. Wait, I'll show you another one. There's another one. Now here's how I figured out it was fake. It's an AI generated thing.
Oh, okay.
Because if you look, I know the phone's too far away from you. If you look at the people's faces, they're all screwed up. And it did say later on that it was just fake. But can you imagine sitting in your living room
and seeing your mother later?
And then your mom, your dad, or whatever is in the coffee table. I got to tell you, that just seems a little bit weird. Although there's a lot of different ways to be buried, which I didn't know. There's, I think, was it Walt Disney's Frozen? And, you can do that. But if you had one wish, that sounds really weird, but if you were to be buried with one particular thing, is there something in your, although we're thinking about being cremated.
Something?
Yeah, like a pictures or something that, I don't know. At this, we're thinking about cremation.
Maybe a picture of my family, but I don't know.
Yeah, we're thinking about cremation anyway, so
yeah,
it wouldn't matter. But I was just wondering if there was anything, because they were talking about letters. People put letters in the casket, flags, electronic devices. Some people put that in.
Some people, as soon as the newest electronic device comes out, they're like there.
Flowers.
Does that look long enough? Wide enough?
Yeah. That sounds really bad, Terry. We're on the radio and they don't know what you're talking about. Does that look long enough? It's never long enough. Yeah, that Terry is crocheting right now as we speak.
Should I do 10 more just to make sure?
Yeah, do 10 more. So she's starting it out and she's supposed to be counting. She's supposed to be doing a show with me, but she wants to get this started. And we're making a baby Afghan. Or I shouldn't say we are, because she's doing all the work.
Of course I am.
Yeah, because it's something you like to do. That looks good. That's 10 already?
Yeah, it doesn't look any wider at all, does it?
Not really. We might have to measure it. We don't have a crib, though, to measure it on.
Oh, our portable crib.
Yeah, that's true. Side. Yeah, that's true.
That looks about that way.
That looks about right. Yeah.
Especially if I put a trim all the way around it, huh?
Yeah, and if you put the trim, yeah. So making baby blankets, so that's always fun. That's always a good deal. We went from, dying to babies being born. That's kind of life, isn't it? If you think about it, it's the ending of one and the beginning of another.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I started with that, but I saw that picture, and I just can't imagine having my loved one in a coffee table.
It would creep me out.
Some other people put stuffed animals, blankets in the casket. Some want honorary medals, and maybe something that they...
I think maybe if it was a child, a baby blanket or a stuffed animal would be nice, but...
Well, I hope it's never a child.
I know, but it happens.
Unfortunately, it does. And there are other Half Americans want to be buried with photos of loved ones. 60% were millennials. 40% were over 45. 1 in 5 said they wanted to be buried with the remains of a pet or a loved one.
Well, that's what my friend that passed away last year, she ended up getting cremated, but they had a thing like a vault like your mom and dad did up in the thing. And so she put all her pets in there with her. They put all her pets up in there.
Oh, you can do that in a...
Yeah, because she was cremated, and it's like a big vault for her and her ex-husband, and her ex-husband had disappeared, so...
Yeah, what was that? Say, my dad is in...
Mausoleum.
Mausoleum, that's it. I thought it was on here because there's alternative burial methods and how much they cost.
Yeah.
Like mummification is $67,000.
Oh, my gosh. Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. Plastination?
What not?
That's $40,000. Cryonics? That's being frozen, I think, right?
Yeah.
It sure is an ice cube, so I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Traditional burial now is $7,360 to be buried. Cremation.
And that doesn't count if your church charges you I wonder how much like a big Catholic wedding, with a mass and everything, because then don't you have to pay for the church and the preacher and everything?
For what? We talking about
for a big Catholic mass.
Like
you said, it's $7,000 plus church fees.
That's just traditional.
Yeah.
Cryonics is $28,000. Traditional burial $7,300, and cremation $6,200.
So it's not really that much cheaper.
Not really. No. There's also a sea burial, which is $5,000. I don't swim though. I won't float. So maybe that would work. I pretty much just would sink to the bottom. There's also a natural burial. It just does a shovel. It's like your family just digs a hole in the backyard, and they know that's illegal.
I don't think you're allowed to do
that. Yeah, that's not good. There's also a flameless cremation, $1,400. Yeah, I don't know. I should have probably looked these up.
What's flameless cremation?
I'm assuming there's no fire. Or you can donate your body to science, and it costs $0.
Really?
Yeah. Here we go.
But then you don't know what they're doing with your body either.
Plastination, if I'm saying it right. If you've ever experienced a Body Worlds exhibit, then you know what a plastinated body looks like. Isn't that like, remember we went to that?
Yeah, that thing at the Carnegie Science.
Yes. And they had the bodies, and I think that's...
Yeah, they had just some of it was body parts like your heart and
They say it's a 1-year process. Removes all the fluids from your body, replaces it with a polymer or a plastic-like substance. Although it's an expensive process, it won't cost you a dime, it says. Well, why does it say $40,000? Currently, the only way to do this is by donating your body to a company that specializes in that.
Oh, okay.
So
they're still trying to perfect it.
Yeah, I guess so. Different sea burial. That's just dumping you in there are many sea burial regulations, though. And you can donate your body to science if you really wanted to.
I don't think we paid that much for my family's cremations, though. I
didn't think it was like $6,700. $6,300.
I think we paid less than that.
Yeah.
Like only $1,500 or,
But people do get their...
But unless you want a fancy vase or, what do they call it? Urn to put you in. Or but I think that my dad was just put into the, it was like a small, vault at the graveside.
Yeah.
When we took it, they just opened it, and it was during COVID, so we took it and set it there, and prayed over him, and then we left, and when we went back, hopefully it's in there, he's in there, and then Mom will be right in the same vault with him, so there's, I believe, or maybe it's another small vault right next to him, but. And they had paid for that, years ago. So, and then they paid for cremation years ago, and they have like a certificate, but it didn't pay for all of it. Mom had to pay for some of it because it didn't transfer from wherever she bought it from. Doesn't transfer it. Most of it transferred, but not all of it. Like they paid $800, and then the price went up. And I was under the understanding when they did that they agreed to do it for the price that they paid then. That was the whole reason for doing it early. And they said, well, not everyone will take that, but they did take the $800 towards it. But then they made her pay the rest.
Mm-hmm. So these are some of the common items we want to take with us. 50% said photos of loved ones. 21% said nothing because they don't care, which, you know.
Yeah, I mean, really, I hope to not stay in this body.
Now, you were talking about remains of a loved one or a pet. So that cremation type thing. An heirloom they want to be buried with. A hobby-related item, maybe a guitar. An award, maybe a diploma or a medal they were very proud of. That's only 7%. Sports memorabilia, and then other, whatever the other means. Could be who knows what.
Anything, I guess.
So there's just some of the things. I mean, now I'm starting to think, that's a bad way to start a show.
Oh, well, morbid.
Sorry about that. I started to went to Thanksgiving, right to death. That just, that talk about killing a show. We just did it, I think. But I don't know. It's interesting to see how much money it costs. It's not cheap. And then the other thing is, too, you say you want to prepare, because you want to be prepared if, God forbid, anything happened for your loved ones. And yet here we are getting older, and we're no closer than we were when we were 20 years old to having anything really written down or decided. Because we still go back and forth. Cremation, just bury me. You know what I mean? I don't know.
We still need to see if there's plots by your Nana and Pop-Up.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind just being there.
All right, let's get off of this subject because it sucked.
Yep.
Sorry. But it just does.
But that was...
Let's talk about your dumb dog. You ready? Your dog may be a good boy, but he's really not as smart as you think. Researchers found that while dogs have a unique set of cognitive abilities, they're not inherently smarter than other animals. Speaking of which, we're watching one of them. Rigby is outside barking as we speak.
Yes.
One of the researchers at Christ Church University in the UK said they're smart, but they're not standout smart. Apparently, across many cognitive categories, from the ability to draw information from sensory stimuli to problem solving, although I've seen Rigby solve some issues because he can get out of anywhere if he wanted to. Although he was pretty stupid yesterday because he broke loose of his chain and he didn't realize it. Thank goodness he didn't.
Oh, yeah, we would have been
tracking him down all over the freaking neighborhood.
Yeah.
Researchers found that other animals could match or exceed dogs' abilities. Those animals include wild dogs, wolves, cats, dolphins, horses, and chimps. And they said that the popular opinion that dogs are exceptionally smart probably persists for a few reasons. Dogs are easy to study, for one thing. They're simply more informational about their abilities than other species, and because humans have a very close relationship with their dog. And I think dogs, and listen, I'm not a dog person. I've said this before, but there are things that they do that kind of like, oh, that's pretty smart. You know, you teach them to go to the bathroom outside. Takes a while because they're crapping all over your living room for the in the beginning, but for the most part, they learn pretty quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Rigby did.
He's pretty fast learning. He was just a nut. He's still a nut. He didn't bark as long when you left.
Well, see, he's
like
getting
he usually
better.
does.
And I think he's a lot calmer than he used to be. Now we've got a new hyper one.
Yeah, Mila is hyper.
Yep.
She likes to jump, and
She's like a kangaroo.
she's a sniffer too, according to Terry.
Oh man,
She got me too, I
goosed
think.
She goosed me so bad. She goosed me worse than Rigby ever has. And that's saying a lot because Rigby's really gotten me. Like, don't bend over in front of him because he'll just go for it.
Yeah, he's an equal opportunity sniffer for sure.
Yeah, and he doesn't care front, back, male, female. He sniffs them all. He's proud of it.
We are going to talk some Thanksgiving here at the end. We'll do that at the end. And then, do you feel lonely? Did you ever feel lonely, Terry?
I guess I have.
Well, apparently, most people feel lonely for about 7 days a month. And 1 in 3 describe themselves as socially isolated. A typical adult has just 2 people they feel they can truly confide in. The good news, pets appear to make all the difference. 21% of those with cats and dogs.
Tell you what, you can tell your pet anything they ain't telling anyone.
That's true. Said they were only lonely compared to 32% of those without pets. So a lot of people with pets don't feel quite as lonely because you have something to talk to and they kind of look at you. And they might be thinking.
I know. Rigby cocks his head to one side like.
I think a lot of it, they look at you and go, "You going to give me a treat?" Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Is it treat time?
But
I didn't tear up the couch.
Like
it's treat
he
time.
knows treat. He knows that word. He knows certain words. He's like on it,
6 in 10 said that they describe their pet as their closest companion. Sometimes that's, for some people, sometimes that is all they have, unfortunately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's unfortunately true. So, hey, if you're going to Disney and you're going to ride, let me see Typhoon Lagoon, if it's still there, you might want to wear a special swimsuit. A woman has filed a lawsuit against Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. She claimed that she suffered serious injuries due to a painful wedgie at the Typhoon Lagoon. So you can only imagine. The incident occurred a couple years ago, but she's filed the, I guess, how long it takes.
Yeah.
Anyway, she visited the park for her 30th birthday, and she decided to ride the Humunga Kawabunga. It's a high-speed water slide with a near vertical drop. So we're talking almost like straight down. As instructed, she crossed her legs at her ankles. So that would be down like this, right? Mm-hmm. You're going down, your ankles are crossed. And but during the ride, she was slammed downward against the slide, causing her swimsuit to be forced between her legs, and then the water violently forced inside of her. The impact resulted in several internal pain. Severe. I'm sure several problems too, but severe internal pain. She was taken to the hospital. She received treatment for severe lacerations, damage to her internal organs, and a hernia. So the lawsuit accuses Disney of negligence for failing to warn riders about the risk of the water slide and provide information about proper protective swimwear. I don't know if it would, that sounds like it wouldn't matter what kind of swimwear you would wear. It was going to go up your butt one way or the other.
Lacerations means it actually, cut her. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds like it's
like a water pick.
Wasn't, yeah. Yeah, it does sound like a water pick for your down below there. Mm-hmm. Your nether regions. She got a good cleaning, that's for sure. That sounds really painful to have your you know what it's like to have a wedgie, but to have it forced way up inside there. It'd be like wearing a thong, really tight thong, I guess. Well, it'd be worse than that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be worse than that.
Have that water forced up in there. going. I'm sure she was going. I wonder how fast they were going down there. You know, like how much speed you get going down. I bet it was pretty intense. Obviously, that's why she's suing. All right, save versus splurge. This is you, Terry. You like to save money. We go to, you try to go and, like we go to Big Lots when they're 20% off. We go to Gabe's. You're a Gabe shopper looking for that big deal.
That
if you're not in the bathroom.
brand name at discount prices.
A discount. Now we have an Ollie's. We haven't been there yet, though.
I know.
We'll have to check it out. So save versus splurge. The bargain hunting website Slick Deals found that most people are okay with pinching pennies on, see if you agree. So we're pinching pennies on hand soap and dish soap, paper towels. See, sometimes I wish I had better paper towels, but you just make do. You just use more.
Yeah, but we use hand towels a lot, though. We don't like, I know some people just use paper towels for every little thing and go through a lot, but
Now we use paper plates now.
yeah, we shouldn't be doing that
I know.
either. That's bad.
We're also okay with pinching pennies with wine. That seems like you wouldn't want to pinch pennies with wine.
No, if I either like it or I don't. If I found a cheaper brand that I really liked, I might,
Yeah, the wine seems a little out there for pinching pennies. Eating out. I would rather eat at a restaurant than fast food because I feel like the fast food we are, to me.
Fast food seems almost just as expensive as some restaurants.
It does. And I think it is.
Unless you're going to a fancy, we went to the real fancy Italian place and it was very expensive.
Yes.
But, you usually know when you're, that's usually a special occasion or, whatever.
They also pinch pennies on casual shirts, small household appliances, jeans, dress pants, dresses, socks, handbags. Although you haven't bought a purse in a long time.
Yeah, I have.
When did you buy a purse? Just recently?
I don't know. Within the
It's
last
been
year, that beige one. It's beige and brown, and then I get them home, and I don't like them as much as that blue and silver one.
Just like that one better, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I haven't really used it.
You pinch pennies on sunglasses? You do.
Yeah, I used to. I just got a prescription pair from your insurance, and they were $15. So
yeah, you actually made out on that deal.
Yeah, I did, and so
I've been buying belts at Gabe's, and I keep busting my belts. Maybe I should move up a notch and do something else.
go someplace else.
But I don't know. Belt's a belt, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe some brands are made better. I don't know.
Maybe I should use a rope, like Jethro and Beverly Hillbillies. Just tie with a rope. Save me some money. I got rope in the
garage. That at
garage.
school. One of the teachers had a thing of rope because some of the kids, when the
That's smart.
When the drooping drawers were in.
Yeah.
He said, "Come over here," and he'd rope up their belt.
Rope them up.
Rope them up.
Pinch pennies on bread, cheese, butter, chips, and snacks. Well, sometimes we go with the non-name brand on the chips and snacks. Over-the-counter medicine. If you can find the, what is that one?
Yeah.
Good value? No. Great value. Is that Walmart brand?
I don't know. Equate is, but if it's right next to it and it has the same ingredients, especially cold medicines and stuff, what are you going to do? Take it and go to sleep anyhow. So really,
do we skimp on sunscreen?
We get it on sale usually.
How about shampoo? You've been buying.
No, if I find something I like, I will buy. I will pay the price for it. But the last one I found that I liked, they discontinued. So I've been
that's usually how it goes.
In a tizzy just buying other ones now. So
do we skimp on spaghetti sauce? I guess we do buy the.
Yeah, because you know what? A lot of times I make my own and then I mix it. Then if I don't have quite enough, then I'll open the jar and.
I try not to skimp on garbage bags. The garbage bags if they're cheap, you can't get nothing in them. and they rip before you even get them out to the can. I did try some off-brand cereal, and I will tell you that I can tell the difference between Honey Bunches of Oats and the other brand that we bought just recently.
Yeah.
I could tell the difference. I mean, we just opened the box that we have now, and I just noticed a huge difference. And I thought I should probably do that as a show to see if I could tell the difference
Of different
If
things.
it's really-
We should
if I
get,
could really tell
quite
the
a few
difference.
different things. Like
and
what
do the
else
name
would you
brand
like to
and
do? Yeah.
well, like Frosted Flakes and was those Aldi's has an off brand. Well, I
Do
think
they?
most of them do. I think a lot of stores have an off
but
brand.
Walmart might have their own brand of
Frosted Flakes. Was your go-to cereal when you were a kid? Did you have a go-to cereal? No.
Yeah, I know I did, but I ate Raisin Bran a lot.
Oh, okay. Because I know mine was again Frosted Flakes, Apple Jacks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is excellent. That's a good cereal. But now I've gotten into these. I don't know if it's just older and my taste I miss Frosted Flakes, but I don't mind. I'm sure my bloodstream and my sugar and my cholesterol doesn't miss it. But I kind of like the Honey Bunches of Oats. We've tried the Special K. Certain cereals are pretty good.
With berries, yeah, we've tried.
But we've done both. Now some people splurge. Is there anything that you don't really want to save money on? Like, is there something you're like? Well, here I'll give you the first one, which makes sense because nobody wants a sandpaper to wipe their butt with.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that if you buy the dollar store brand, depending on the dollar store does carry some of the name brand.
Yeah, they do, and they do. I wonder if they have their own, like soft and gentle or something. I don't know.
But the toilet paper, I try not to splurge. I like the Walmart brand. That's what we've been using lately.
Well, it's Sam's Club.
Or Sam's Club. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Sam's Club. Yeah.
But it's their own brand of something soft and strong or something.
Yeah, I
like
mean
that,
it's an off brand of. I mean it's got a couple plies, so it's not like rubbing your butt with some sandpaper. People splurge on toothpaste, maybe even a toothbrush. How about skincare products, Terry? Do you splurge on skincare?
No. I've found I started using oil of Olay when I was younger, and when Walmart came out with theirs, it's right next to it. It says compared to it. I started, and I really don't see too much difference between it and the oil of Olay, and so if they have it, I pick up the...
Didn't you always used to say that, like if you have an off-brand of a green bean, it's just the bottom of the barrel?
Yeah, my dad said he worked at a place, and he said that the generics is just the bottom when they get down so far, and you got more crushed pieces and that. Then they put generic labels on it, but it comes right from the Del Monte, like green beans or whatever,
But they just put like a generic label on it.
Yeah, when it gets down to the end.
People splurge on TVs, although right now, to be honest, TVs are not bad price. I've seen a 70-inch TV for like $500-600, which is cheap for that big of a TV. Household appliances, laptops, computers, smartphones. Well, I don't think you have any choice. The way the cost is for a smartphone, they're expensive.
I don't want to buy a new one at any time.
All right, before we take a break and we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving and a little bit about our Thanksgiving, what we remember about our Thanksgivings, and also about food. Do you have to have a turkey for Thanksgiving? I mean, is it really necessary?
Your family did.
We didn't, and we'll talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about rush hour commuters curse about every 3 miles. Commuters going to and from work during rush hour average a curse word every 2.5 to 3 miles. That I believe. I think I cursed today a couple times on that, on the road home, because people are just, I don't know. So if you're cursing, you're right there, especially in rush hour, or if you're stuck
I just
in
sit
traffic.
still, turn the music up, and sit there. And when I
Try
come
not
home
to
from
curse.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Try not to say a bad word. All right. So that's Terry's really into this thing, which I kind of knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. But I did a whole row like that.
It's pretty.
So I think I'm going to go with that.
Okay. People are probably thinking, what are they doing on this show?
I know.
We're what you might call half-assing it right at the moment.
No, we're
And
not.
I'm not happy about it.
Really?
Because I feel like I got a good, I feel like the Steelers, you get a bad start where they can't score. They don't do anything till the end. So maybe we'll finish up strong.
I hope so.
Because right now I'm not feeling
Well, you
it.
started it with death.
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm saying. I started off, when I saw that coffee table with a
Dead person.
picture of a loved one, and it just really threw me for a loop. I'm thinking, I just don't know if but there are people that go hunting now and put their what do you call it?
Prey.
Yeah, well, not prey, but it would be their trophies of whatever they hunted all over. It could be a bear, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it's a little, some people do. Very few, I think, have their dogs kind of memorialized in some way.
Yeah, well, yes. I think some of them have ashes of them now, but
I don't know if I could have
pet cemeteries.
like rangers sitting in the corner stuffed.
He would have been a cute one too.
Yeah,
because he was all
probably.
fur.
All right, we come back. We're going to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving, something we should have started with, so I apologize. So thanks for hanging in there anyway. We'll be back soon. So you want to start a podcast, maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun, and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. And it is a lot of fun, just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great-looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. They have this, you ever had you're not really a hot pepper person, are you?
No,
Yeah.
I like sweet peppers, but I don't care for
This
hot.
guy set the record for the fastest time. He ate 50 Carolina Reaper chili peppers. He completed this challenge in 6 minutes, 49.2 seconds. So that means these things are hot. And it's hundreds of times hotter than a jalapeno pepper. Jalapeno. Is that how you say that? Jalapeno? Now he consumed 135 of these red hot chili peppers. And he said, despite the mouth pain, the stomach discomfort is worse because it caused bad cramps to feel like someone's twisting his guts. Well, yeah, I'm sure it did. I can only imagine. He might have needed a bidet, if you think about it, because I'm sure it was burning coming out of the other end. Don't you think?
Possibly.
I think so. Terry, do you remember your Thanksgivings when you were young?
Of course I do. It was my birthday.
That's right. Terry was born November 23rd. Do you have...
And it was also two of my cousins' birthday.
Did you guys... Where did you go? Did you go...
We went to my grandmother's when I was real young until everyone moved. We moved here and everyone moved to Florida then. So did that stop or did you go? Yeah. Once everyone was in Florida, we didn't go to grandma's every year. I mean, they were all in Florida. We were here in Pennsylvania. So, but when we all lived in Michigan, my grandmother used to, like a pot pie tin.
Yeah.
She used to keep some of those, and then she would make us the birthday kids, a cake in a pot pie. So we each got a pot pie size cake. And they would put the candles on it and sing happy birthday to us. So my cousin Tommy was a week older than me, and my cousin Normie was a week younger than me. Or a year and a week younger than me.
So did you guys do the traditional Thanksgiving, though?
Oh, yeah. There was turkey and everything else. Just they had a cake for us.
Okay. But I guess the question was today, Juana said, do we have to have a turkey? And a lot of her family was saying they didn't particularly care for turkey.
I like turkey.
And she got some kind of she got a half a cow or something.
A half a cow?
Yeah, and it came with like a roast, certain type of roast. And she's going to make roast, carrots, and potatoes in a crock pot. And that didn't sound bad to me. Something different.
Yeah, well, we eat that a lot in the winter, though.
Yeah.
Especially if we have deer,
Yeah, but we don't, we used to do, when I was little, and we've said this before because I know we've done a Thanksgiving thing before. But, my family, we did spaghetti.
Oh, yeah.
We had homemade noodles, homemade sauce. We did the whole 9 yards was spaghetti. Man, was it, it's making me hungry now. And it didn't miss the turkey, although I like turkey. People deep fry it now.
You had this wee little turkey the first year I went to your grandmother's, Grandma Mary's. And I think it was just for me and your other cousin's girlfriend. And then they had smelts, and she had raviolis that year.
Raviolis.
And all kinds of Italian stuff and smelts. I remember being there. And then they had a wee little turkey. I think it was just for us. I think someone cooked the turkey just so the newcomers wouldn't think you were all strange.
It's an Italian festive time to have the old spaghetti. Oh man, I can still see the machine when she was making the noodles out of the dough coming out of the machine. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, those thick noodles too, and that sauce. Oh my gosh!
I don't know. Those noodles were so heavy. I could only eat very little of them, and you ate a whole plate of them. I thought, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, you got to unbuckle your pants.
Yeah, they were like heavy. Yeah,
and take a nap. A lot of people are hosting the holidays this year, but a lot of 3 and 4 are feeling kind of stressed out.
We'll be lonely on the actual holiday, won't we?
Yes, because we're having it early, yes. Which I think works better for us, and I think better for the kids because you're not running from house to house. And I think we
may end up at my sister's for the actual day.
But I think for us, it works where we can spend the whole day
with the
the kids, the grandkids, the great-grandkids for some. Now that Beckett's here, he's going to celebrate his first Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we all, although they're both sick right at the moment. With
They'll
this,
be better by then.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Hopefully.
But, yeah, by the time this airs, they'll hopefully be a lot better. They did this survey. A majority stated they enjoy hosting guests at home. Many are still running into stressors when hosting, making sure everyone enjoys themselves, what food to serve, cleaning up in time for the guest arrival. Many said they feel like they never have enough seating. That's always a big thing for us. We feel like the houses, nowadays they do this open concept where you can fit a lot of people in the homes. But our house is not. We're a split entry. So we're kind of cut down into, sections sort of. When you're able to have the kitchen and living room all like Lexus has, that's kind of nice because everybody can sit.
Well, and she has like 2 dining rooms. So she has a breakfast room and a dining room, and I found a mistake.
See what I mean? You're not concentrating with me. And now you made a mistake.
Well, I don't want to pull all that out because it's all the way.
I know. That is so, that's amazing what a little yarn and a little crochet needle can do. I like the colors. They're blue and light blue for a boy. A lot of people seating is a problem. Food is a problem. They don't know what to serve. A lot of people feel like they're never prepared to have people over. I think some people think that it would make things a lot less stressful if they had a bigger budget, a larger room. Well, I think the larger room would always be nice when people are comfortable. But you know what? When you're together, it shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Not really. If you're together with family, you find ways, whether you're sitting on the floor,
our
just to be
is
together.
Smaller, but I wouldn't.
We found ways to make it work. So they also want to have convenient food and drink options, more seating. They also said they need at least a day to prepare their homes to have people over. They also said they need 3 days to really be ready for guests. Only 1 in 5 scramble to clean within hours when people arrive. So a lot of people stressing out over having people over at the house. But you know what? If you get family together for Thanksgiving, like I said, I remember going to my grandparents, both of my grandparents, and yet both, what's funny is both grandparents had spaghetti.
Well, because you both were Italian.
Yeah, I know, but I was thinking about that. That I was thinking that it was.
And your
we went
Mary
one side.
had it Tuesdays, Thursdays, and
Well,
Sundays.
my grandfather had set days for his spaghetti. Yes, but I was thinking that we went one place had turkey, but that's not true. Both of my grandmothers made spaghetti, and it was different. And when I say different, I don't mean one was better than the other. They were really, both of them had this unique.
So they made their own.
Although
sauce,
my dad's mom, my grandmother on my dad's side, made mashed potatoes. And I'm telling you, if you didn't know any better, you thought I was just butter, because she knew how to put the butter and mix it in to the mashed potatoes, and they were awesome. So I'm trying to think why we had mashed potatoes if we had spaghetti. So we must have had a turkey there too, though, but I don't remember. I don't remember
having mashed potatoes.
I do remember when she made mashed potatoes, they were creamy, and you didn't have to add butter. That's how much butter was in the potato. By the way, we were talking about butter, and if you butter your bread a certain way, it says a lot about you. So I have this chart. Should we do that now?
Yeah, you do it corner to corner, edge to edge, thick.
Yeah. Let me grab this here. So there are several ways. Let's see if I can. The way you butter your bread reveals your personality. So they have this. I have this picture. Now you can't see it, I know, folks, but one is a glider. So I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that paper, Terry? There's a glider. There, I know it's kind of hard. There's a clumper, person is just clumps. There's total coverage. There's do
Sometimes
you want...
the butter's too hard at the restaurant, or when you have the little packs and the clumps, no matter what you do with it.
This would be my dad's toast. Do you want toast with your spread? Because that's how much butter's on it. Mm-hmm. There's also the crust avoider, a person that puts the butter in, in between and doesn't touch the crust. There's double cider, people that put butter on both sides, barely there, curler, and tear and spread. So here's how it goes. So if you are a glider, you glide the knife over the toast for an even spread. 50% claim to use this method. It's the most popular spreading approach. Apparently, you're very easygoing and you're calm. So if you glide the butter over your toast or the bread, you are easygoing and calm. Gliders also slide through life unbothered by any obstacles or stressed out about a dog that just won't stop barking. Oh, wait, that's actually me right now. Total coverage, that's me. I like total coverage. 19% did total coverage. They spread on everything. Slabbed the butter right up to the edge. This
That's
group
you.
is said to be very methodical and precise. Well, that's not true because I'm not very methodical or precise, because if I was, this show would be a lot better in the beginning. So I'm not sure that's me. There's also the crust avoiders, where you only put the crust and the butter right in the middle. You don't touch the crust. Maybe you don't even eat the crust, but you're very neat and tidy. If you're crust avoiders with your toast, you're neat and tidy. Maybe you're a double cider. That, to me, would just say you don't like your heart because you put butter on both sides. There's very unique when you put fat on both sides of the bread. That is a unique personality. So let's see. I got to turn the page, and I can't turn the page.
When you put it on both sides of the bed?
Yeah, they're very creative. They use the abstract side of their brain. They're extroverted and don't mind being the center of attention. Get it? Put the butter in the middle, or inside the crust. So you don't mind. It's like, look at me. I have my butter inside the crust. Some people are tear and spread. People will tear the pieces of bread and butter one rip at a time. You ever seen that?
No.
Never seen that either. These people don't like surprises. They don't want to accomplish any less than they know they're capable of. And instead of going straight to the full slice of toast, they tear it, preparing each piece before they eat. I've never seen that done. There's also the curler. If you have a gadget to shape your butter spread, you're a curler. The tool makes it easy to spread the butter, which pleases them and lets them believe their way is the best way. These people want to do things in a unique manner. And they also have ways, I guess they were problem solvers. And I feel like I missed one. So we have clumpers. We did that one. Now the one that, do you want to toast with your spread? That is the one that would be me, more than likely. And I didn't see that because I am one, I got that off my dad.
And you put it on thick, too.
I put it on like spackling. Probably explains a lot of my problems. And I love good bread. We bought some Italian bread, and it's not healthy, but it's so good. That's why it's not healthy. So there you go, folks. Depending on how you butter your bread says a lot about your personality. And finally, America's top Thanksgiving sides. What would be number one, Terry, for Thanksgiving? What's your number one side?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. All right, that's number 3.
I don't know. Pumpkin pie, but that's dessert.
That's dessert, yep.
Stuffing.
Number 2.
Corn.
Corn. There's corn on the cob. It's way down the list.
I don't know. Sides. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Sides. Sweet
you said
potatoes,
stuffing.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes is
would be
number one. Yeah, number 1. There's cranberry sauce, which I don't like. Mac and cheese, green bean casserole. I don't know if I've ever had that. Butternut squash. The squash we've had, that's not bad.
Yeah, we like squash.
Yeah, I like that.
Butternut squash is good.
Peas. Fen would be happy. Peas are on the list. And collard greens are some of the favorite Thanksgiving sides. But mashed potatoes, if you can ever get a hold of my grandmother's mashed potato, I don't know how much butter she put in it, but man, was it tasty. It was good. It's making me hungry for very creamy, buttery mashed potatoes. Sounds good. All right. Anything else you want to talk about, Terry, while you're crocheting? I was going to talk about parenting wins. I'm going to hold that off until we get back from the break, because we come back from Thanksgiving break, then we'll have to start talking about gifts and Christmas and what people do not want for Christmas. I had a list of first date no-nos where women.
I thought we did some kind of first dates.
We did,
before,
but this one actually had a whole list, and some of it was just really strange. Like a lot of the places they didn't want to go to. The number one place that women do not want to go to on a first date was the Cheesecake Factory, and that seemed strange to me.
I would think that'd be a nice place you could sit and talk, and even if you just went for dessert, you know what I mean?
I don't know why that was number one on the list. A lot of food places made the list.
Yeah, and I don't understand that.
Like the first date, I wouldn't think. This is just me talking. One of the things they didn't want to go to on the first day was family function. It's a first date.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to go to
that's asking a lot.
Yeah, that is. But they said movies. Neither they want to talk, but movies just kind of you talk in the car on the way and back.
Yeah, but not during the movie, so you lose 2 hours.
Yeah, but then you kind of see what their style movie. You know, did you like the movie? You can discuss it. Did you like it or did you not like it? I hated
yeah, that's
it.
true.
You know what I mean? Then you know if you're really off on movies.
We watched a movie. We haven't watched a movie in a while. We watched. Oh crap! What was the name of that? Jennifer Lawrence. Crap. I can't think of the name of it now. I can see it, but I can't think of it. Because Nathan and Alexis watched it the same night we did. Oh my gosh.
Take it that dog wants in.
Oh, that dog's he's been talking more than I have out there. On his new chain, I had to get him because he broke his chain.
Something about that. What isn't it that?
Oh man, this is really ticking me off. Jennifer Lawrence and this young kid. I can't think of it. It's gone. My mind
date
is
my son.
mush. Something about no hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
That's what it was. Yeah, you were good because you got it. You got me moved. My brain moved.
Yeah.
That little mouse that's up there running the wheel.
Yeah.
He was slowing down a lot. He's slowing down. The gray hair is seeping into my freaking brain. It's ridiculous. All right, that's it. I apologize for this show. As a little disclaimer. Maybe I'll put that what I just said there. I apologize for this show in the beginning because it just seemed like I had all these ideas and I ran with something different. Because of that doggone coffee table with a person in it. Just threw me off completely.
Threw you off.
It set the whole show tumbling down into this big ball of explosion of fiery flames. But anyway, hopefully we'll do better next week. So stick around. Every once in a while you have a dud.
Yeah.
This can be considered our dud of a show.
Yeah. Are we going to get...
Yeah, I want to get Matt and Stephanie
on here.
I like to text them. They just got back from their vacation.
Cruise.
They went on a cruise. They went on a train to get to the
planes,
to
trains,
New York.
and
yeah,
automobiles.
planes. So they did. Let's see. They did train and boat.
Yeah.
Well, they did car, train,
and
boat. So I'd like to get them on, and also Zach and Sarah in Florida. So maybe we could talk to them about a wedding that they went to down in Florida.
He said that her mom had her tone it down a little because they were right next to a castle and they were outside and she had a lot of gothic kind of stuff. And I guess her mom told her she couldn't do all of what she wanted
Oh,
because I don't know if her mom thought it would be offensive to like her grandparents, like the older people that were coming.
were they going to sacrifice animals or something?
I don't know, but that's all he said.
Oh,
so.
okay. So we need to talk to him about that then, because I'm sure Zach has some stories. They went to Disney and they found this place in Florida. Is it an Airbnb? Is that right?
I guess. I don't know. He said it's like
thought
a
it was their
cabin
shed.
right on the beach.
He said he thinks it was the people's shed
And they made
that they
it
turned into this, and the pictures look great. It's right on the beach. They did the sunrise and the sunset. They took pictures of that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll talk to them, and then we'll get ready for Christmas. It won't be long. I mean, it's hard to believe.
So bad.
Hard to believe. So anyway, that's our show for today. Don't forget to subscribe to, after this show, you're probably not going to want to. Just Talking Out Loud. Every Monday we have a new episode. And then you can follow us on Facebook or Twitter at Just Talking, TALKIN, Out Loud. And we would love that. I wish I could use Spotify more because I should interact with people more than I do. Maybe that would help. We also throw out these little one-liners or snippets that are like a minute long on Facebook. Share those with your friends. And hopefully we'll, keep building this podcast of, well, today was pretty much nothingness. Huh.
I don't know. We were just talking out loud.
We sure were. All right, that's it. That'll do it. Let's go get Rigby from his whatever he's got going on outside, and we're out.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.